Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and is doing everything in his power to follow through.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you...
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's where the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They go play action with Hurts. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run, but everyone has a...
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence will try again after the pick 6. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Vikings turn up the heat and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And that pressure there came from his left side. Maybe could have sped up the release, but he couldn't get it off in time.
And truthfully, the speed should be consistent each and every time. It should be quick mechanics. The best punters are the ones who can catch it, one step, and get rid of the football. Those are the ones you want. Anything more than one step in the NFL, you're flirting with disaster.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. DeAndre Swift, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings take the block punt and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there. What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. A pretty wild 1st quarter. 21-7, our score. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Trevor Lawrence, helmet off. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On first down, Hurts. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler, and he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Right back to him on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even... On 1st and 10. It's Hurts. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He lets one go deep for Addison, and that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Lawrence will throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw to Ingram. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 2nd down, Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here is 3rd down and 4. But to throw again is Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now Lawrence. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. But the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Everything's been doing right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 37. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Got a man, that's Ligon. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Vikings have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Vikings get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. In motion right is Addison. McCarthy off the play fake. That one out wide and intercepted. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just...
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
On play action, now McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On play action, McCarthy. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
That one complete to Leggett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. On first down, McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is McCarthy. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To the air with McCarthy. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 115 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Vikings are pouring it on. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time. Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's McCarthy. That one completes a lead. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Jack, there he goes right side. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to...
McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. This is caught by Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed They did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.